300. What's the deal? It's your folks Shaka. I wanted to share my thoughts with y'all real quick. So yeah, I wanted to talk about this Brittany Renner and Charleston White situation. A lot of people are talking about it across social media. I had a brother send me a couple of clips and he wanted my thoughts on it. And so that is why I'm making the video today. And so just jumping into it, I'm seeing a lot of dudes out here pandering to the lames. Primarily because they are lames themselves. And then at least they're trying to exploit the lames. And so a lot of this situation is being centered around Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner had a breakdown. Brittany Renner was crazy. Brittany Renner assaulted Charleston White, etc. But nobody is talking about how those dudes sat in that room and tolerated it. All right, and I think that that's the most important thing that should be talked about. Because, you know, y'all, I've told y'all before, the woman is a reflection of the men she associates herself with. Okay? And so when you see her conducting herself in that room like that, and how those dudes were just sitting around tolerating it, they even had the dude Charleston White say she was cool. All right? That's just a normal day for her. That's the reason why she conducts herself that way. And you know, just on the reality side of things, man, that's the reason why there are so many Brittany Renners out here existing. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is, man, when a lot of you dudes, okay, interact with women like Brittany Renner, y'all put up with them just like them dudes was in that room. Okay? These old average brides. And it wouldn't matter if they were the hottest thing on the planet. But, you know, it just makes it even more pathetic because she's definitely average herself. That dudes is sitting around putting up with all of that nonsense. Okay? And so, man, when you got a situation like that, okay, and guys are tolerating it like that, you know, girls like Brittany Renner are gonna turn up. All right? I've talked about this with that Courtney Taylor situation. Y'all know when I was reporting on those videos, I told y'all that, you know, a good reason why it got to that point where she had stabbed that dude is because of what he was tolerating and putting up with. I mean, this girl was going off on that dude. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can remember the videos if y'all follow my message. All right? That is one of the primary reasons why the main thing, in my opinion, that should be talked about is how those dudes were just sitting up in there putting up with that. Especially Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? Who, by the way, was the center of the whole joke of that show. Okay? That's why it was staged up like that. Now, I do believe that they were paid, okay, for that to play out that way without any type of real intervention. Okay? Because that dude, Charleston White, he was made to be there. Alright, you can tell by how he was acting very uncomfortable when things kind of like started to play out. Because there were things going on that he wasn't comfortable with, but he knew he couldn't do nothing about. Because he's now sold out. You know what I'm saying? He got to pull up for those clown shows to make the so-called black men look silly. That's why I tell y'all, man, you can't allow these characters to be a representation of what a so-called black man is. Okay? Because, see, that's how they do it. They'll put a dude like him up front. And I've said this before. Alright? And y'all be praising him around, calling him a genius. Alright? Ready to put your bid in to vote for him for president and yada, yada, yada. And then they'll put him on a show such as that one that you've seen, where he's disrespected and shitted on like that. And all he can do is sit there looking like some old scared little boy or something like that. Because that's how he was looking. He was looking like a straight boy in that situation. Alright? That was no man there. Alright? He wasn't allowed to be that. Because if he was a real man, in my opinion, he would have walked up out of there. Alright? That's not the type of environment that's going to be established when somebody like myself come on your show to bless y'all. Alright? You know, in my opinion, that's how a top tier man who got respect for himself would have been. And he definitely wouldn't have allowed her to be all over him like that. Especially somebody like her, considering what she represents. But he was down for it all. You did. And so, man, I could speak more in depth on it, man, but, you know, really that's what I thought about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White was brought on that show to look like a straight clown, all right? To let black men know that they don't take y'all representation seriously. 300.